Hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Mindy Banks and I'll be the consultant for the party tonight. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a really quick, easy salad recipe. It's a barbecue chicken salad using delicious, fresh ingredients, and it's gonna come together in a snap. The main feature tonight is gonna be the Deluxe Grill and Griddle, which is a relatively new product from Pampered Chef. I know you guys are gonna love this when I show it to you. So let's go ahead and get started. I will post a link to the catalog, I'll post the recipe and some other fun videos and post in the party for you guys to check out. So if you have any questions at any time or if you need help with your order, please feel free to reach out to me. Make sure you also join my recipe community. You're gonna find that at theflipflopchef.com, and I look forward to seeing you there. I give away a prize every single Friday on Flip Flop Friday. Just look for the post, leave your comment, and you'll be entered in to win whatever I'm giving away that week. So let's go ahead and get started on our recipe. So again, we're gonna make barbecue chicken salad. I'm gonna just zoom in here on my grill so that you can see this up close. Now, what you'll notice is that I have this completely flat. So you could actually cook on both surfaces if you wanted to have more cooking area. We're actually gonna use this like a press, which you'll see here in just a second. These grill plates are interchangeable. When you purchase the grill and griddle, you're gonna get these grill plates, which basically have the grill marks here. You're gonna get griddle plates, which are flat griddle plates that you could do like pancakes and other things that you don't necessarily want or need these grill marks on. We also sell separately our waffle maker plate, so you can make 2 big waffles at a time. You guys are gonna love this. It's a smart grill and griddle, so it has tons of pre-programmed settings here. I'll tell you more about this in a few minutes. But what I wanna show you first is how to take the plates out and tell you that my favorite feature of this grill and griddle is the fact that these go in the dishwasher for easy cleanup. So to take the grill plate out, there's just a little button on the side right here. I don't know if you guys can see that it loosened that up. And you just pull this right out. Really easy to take out. Put this right in the dishwasher for easy cleanup. And then when you're ready to cook, you just push it right back in. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna flip this completely over. We're gonna use this in a closed position, but I wanna show you a couple things. You can actually adjust the height of the grill. And if you were doing a pizza or something, you can actually loosen this part on the top. So you see how it kind of hovers? This gives you the ability to cook a pizza and melt the toppings on the top without overcooking the bottom crust, because you can control the temperature on the bottom plate and the top plate without them being the exact same temperature. So you can lower the temperature on the bottom plate to keep the pizza warm and increase the temperature on the top plate to melt the toppings on top of your pizza. How cool is that? So I'm gonna lock this back in place because I don't need the hover position. I'm gonna put this in the completely closed position. The on-off switch is on the back of the grill, and you're gonna see we have this little knob right here. I'm gonna actually rotate this just a little bit so that I can have a better access to it. And we're gonna turn the knob to the custom grill setting, which you may not be able to see this on the screen, but it's 400 degrees and the default time is 5 minutes. I'm gonna press the wheel and then I'm gonna lower the time to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And when I press start, it's gonna start preheating this grill. It takes about 5 minutes to preheat the grill, and to cook our chicken only takes 3 minutes and 30 seconds. It's just amazing. This is my favorite thing to use the grill for because we eat grilled chicken many times a week, and it's such an easy way for me to cook chicken for my family, and then we can just make some quick and easy sides. So I'm gonna leave this and let it do its thing. While we are waiting for that to preheat, I wanna tell you a couple other things about the grill and the griddle. Excuse me. Some of the pre-programmed settings here, we have a custom setting, which is kind of like cooking on the stovetop. You can set the temperature and the time however way you want. There's a sear setting, a panini setting, so that you can make perfectly cooked paninis every single time. The grill setting, we have a griddle setting. Another setting that I love is the keep warm setting. So what I have found when I make dinner for my family, the chicken is one of the first things that's done because it's so quick and so easy. I usually just press cancel after it's finished cooking and turn it to the keep warm setting. And it has a default time of 30 minutes. And I just go with it, even though it usually isn't gonna take that long for me to get everything else ready for dinner. And I just press the wheel and set it so that it's gonna keep the chicken warm until everything else that I might be cooking to go along with it is ready to go. So I love the keep warm setting. We also have a cooking guide that comes with your grill and griddle. I'll zoom in a little bit so that you can see this here. And on the inside, you're gonna see how it goes over all of the different pieces that come along with your grill. So you are gonna get this little scraper so that you can scrape anything that might stick in between those grill marks. You can just scrape those right off. We also have a probe that you can use with the probe setting. You just plug this in, set the temperature of the probe, and set the temperature of the grill, and it'll cook your meats perfectly every single time because you're setting the temperature for what you, how you like your food. And we do have some cooking guides to show you what temperature we recommend for you to set for different doneness of your meats. Then we have recipes for all meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is the protein cooking guide that I was just mentioning. And we have some sandwich recipes, some pancake and waffle recipes, lots of delicious recipes that you're gonna find in the cooking guide. And this is included with your grill and griddle. And so is the scraper and the probe. So I'm gonna set this in here, set this aside, and let's go ahead and get started, and I'll tell you what I've done so far. So to get ready for this recipe, I've gone ahead and got the chicken seasoned up. And so I'm using our glass mixing bowls today. You're gonna see me use a couple of these. And I have this with our little stretch fit cover. I love these because this is a great way for you to prep your ingredients for later. If you're wanting to get some things ready to go early, whether it's for a party or maybe it's dinner, or you want to do it the night before, this gives you the ability to prep your food and then store it in the refrigerator. Now, I love that these bowls and these stretch fit silicone lids are all oven safe as well. So you can actually use them in the oven since it's tempered glass. And this has a venting lid. So if you are using this in the microwave or the oven, you can vent the lid. So you just peel this right off and it's just a real flexible piece there. Now, I have our chicken already seasoned. Now, I'll give you a tip. It's better to oil the food instead of the grill. Always oil your food if you can, and you'll use less oil, and your grill is gonna be less messy as well. You'll have a lot less splatter too. So this is our brand new Kansas City style barbecue rub. This is amazing. I have been blown away by how good this rub is. We have several barbecue rubs already, and right now this is my favorite. And I did go ahead and use this same rub to make some barbecue sauce. And this is just ketchup, the Kansas City barbecue rub, and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. You could just mix it and not heat it up, but I like it to be cooked on the stove just a little bit because it's less grainy. You don't feel the grains from the seasoning when you cook it on the stovetop. But you can skip that step if you're in a hurry. We're gonna use this barbecue sauce for our salad dressing in just a little bit. So I'll set that aside for right now. But in here I have 2 pounds of chicken tenderloins, and I put a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil. I'll go ahead and tell you that I am not a measuring cook, so you'll see a lot of times I just kind of throw things in. So for this, I just poured the oil on the top, and I added, you can do 1 to 2 tablespoons of the Kansas City style barbecue rub. And for this one, I think I did 1, but sometimes I like to do 2. It's really a personal preference, whatever you're feeling for the day. 1 to 2 tablespoons for 2 pounds of chicken tenders. When the grill is finished preheating, what we'll do is I'll just lift the lid. I'm gonna use our chef's tongs to add these to the grill plates, and I will close the lid and press start, because once it's preheated, it's ready for the food, and you just press that start button and it's going to start that time of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So if you don't use this grill for anything else other than grilled chicken, it'll be worth every penny. This is what we use this for the most. But we also use it for grilled cheese, and we use it for waffles and all kinds of fun things. And so our grill and griddle is amazing, and you're gonna love it. But let me tell you about our tongs. We actually have 3 different tongs, and I wanna show them all to you because I love them. I have multiple of them because I find that they're always in my dishwasher. So you'll see the different sizes we have here. Let me hold them up like that. Hopefully you can see. I'll zoom in just a hair for just a minute there. So this is the large chef's tongs. These are the new pasta tongs, and these are the small tongs. So the reason that these are so cool, I don't know if you guys heard that beep. The reason these are so cool is they're gravity controlled. So see, when they're pointed up, they don't open, but you point them down, and you see this little button right here. Let me zoom in on that so that you can see. As soon as I squeeze this, that button drops down. You see how it dropped down? You're gonna point this up and squeeze, and they close. You point them up, point them down and squeeze, and they open. So really easy, right? So our grill is ready. You can see that it's nice and smoking hot here. I'm gonna just transfer these tenders. Let me do that real quick. You guys can hear the sizzle, right? Feel free to leave comments as you're watching the demo today. I always love to hear from you guys, hear what you're excited about, hear what you want to see more of, and if you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer those too. I have a YouTube channel. I would love for you to follow me on YouTube. You can find that by going to youtube.com and just searching for my channel. It's called The Flip Flop Chef, and all of my pages are The Flip Flop Chef, so you can find me everywhere if you search for me that way. All right. What I'm gonna do, excuse me, is I'm gonna just lower this down, press start, and it starts that 3-minute, 30-second timer. I'm gonna wash my hands. All right, so let's go ahead and make our salad dressing. So we're gonna use the manual food processor for this. I'm gonna use some fresh cilantro, and I wanna show you guys our herb keeper. So this is like a vase for your herbs, and you can use it right in the refrigerator. And so this has a lid that goes on the top for storage, and you'll notice I have the fresh cilantro right here. This little compartment right here is not for water. Whoops, I'm holding that the wrong way. So you would put dry things that need to stay dry. So think of like rosemary, thyme, any of those herbs that don't need to be sitting in water. Now in the bottom of this, I don't know if you guys can see, but this is filled with water. And so the herbs, you want to make sure you push the stems down into the bottom so that the herbs are in the water. And there is a little window. So if the water starts getting really dirty, you'll see that. And you can just pop this off, fill it with new water, and put it back in the refrigerator. So I have some cilantro already prepped out here. I'm gonna put this back, whoops. Maybe I'll put it back together. There we go. And we're gonna put some of these herbs into our manual food processor. Now it's a personal preference if you like to use the stems from the cilantro. Some people like to, some people don't. So it's your preference how you wanna do that. By the way, we're down to 2 minutes on our chicken. So this food processor has 3 blades on the inside, has a little button on the top so that you can pop up this handle. If you're right-handed, you're gonna put your left hand right here on the left side of the food processor. The handle is gonna open away from you, and you're gonna press the paddle down. And you wanna make sure that you're pressing all the way up, all the way down. And then you're gonna turn this way, put your right hand here, and then you're gonna push. This is if you're left-handed, sorry. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some ranch dressing to this. Again, you guys, I'm not a measuring cook, so I'm just sort of guesstimating. I have about a half a bottle of ranch here, so we're gonna just put the whole bottle in there. And I'll just turn this upside down so we can get a little bit more of it. I'll set it there in my sink. Then we're going to add this barbecue sauce. So you could make this, if this was something that you were making at the same time as your salad, I would let the barbecue sauce cool down if you're heating it on the stove. This is about a half of a cup. This right here. We're gonna mix this together. So it's just cilantro, barbecue sauce, and ranch dressing. Hang tight, I'm gonna grab a different food processor. I think something is not catching right on that one. Oops, making a mess now. This is one of those times where I get to say it says pampered, not perfect, right? There we go. All right, let's try this again. There we go. I'm glad I have 2 of these, right? All right, I'm gonna scrape down the sides. And this makes a great, great dressing for your salad. And if you're someone who really likes lots of salad dressing, you can double and triple this recipe. This is a really big salad. I'm gonna set this aside, and I don't know if you guys heard, but our grill beat. So it is done. Check out this beautiful grilled chicken. So let me show you how to use that keep warm feature. So I pressed cancel, and then I can turn this to the keep warm setting, and I can press the wheel to start it, and it says 30 minutes. If I wanted to add, if I wanted to add time, I could just turn the wheel, press start, and then it says add, and you're adding the food. And you would close this if you want to keep it warm, but it's going to maintain the temperature. It's not going to overcook it. But since we're putting this on a salad, I actually don't want to keep the chicken warm. I actually want it to cool off a little bit. So I'm going to use our pasta tongs here. You could use any of them, but that's just what I have in front of me. We're gonna take all of these off the grill. And I'm gonna show you a really cool feature that I haven't told you about. So we're gonna get these out of, or off of the grill into the bowl, and then we can chop those up in a little bit. Okay, so there's some grease on here left behind, so you can actually just tilt this up. And if there was a lot of grease, you may not be able to see this, there's just a tiny bit. It actually is going to push this into the drip tray, which is underneath the grill and the griddle. So for this, there's not really that much to drain off, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. But if you were cooking hamburgers or steaks or something that had a lot of fat on them, you could just release that little button and it would pop up the grill grate so that everything drains down into the drip tray. I'm gonna turn this off so that it'll cool down, and we're gonna go ahead and finish getting our salad ready to go. So I have our lettuce. I'm using romaine today. If you prefer a different type of lettuce, then feel free to use whatever you like. And again, glass mixing bowl with one of our silicone lids. We're gonna take some salad choppers, and this is one of my favorite products. If you've never seen this before, I encourage you guys to check these out. They are great for both chopping salad, of course, which is what we're gonna do here. You can also use them to shred chicken or other meat, which we're gonna do in a few minutes on the chicken that we just cooked. You can mash potatoes and smash avocados and bananas and all that good stuff with these as well. So I'm gonna just chop all of this together. I started this before the video, by the way. I had most of the bowl already chopped, just for time's sake. I'm gonna chop all of this. And the cool thing about the salad choppers is I can't see this in the video, but there's little teeny tiny teeth. It's actually a serrated blade, so it really gives the lettuce more of a tearing effect rather than a cutting. Because if you were to cut this lettuce with a regular knife, it would brown much, much faster than if you use the salad choppers, because this is more of a tearing, even though we are cutting it with these salad choppers. That serrated blade makes a big difference. So we're just gonna chop all of this together. You could serve this salad in this bowl if you wanted to, but we're gonna use our large stoneware bowl. Scrape some of this out. I'm gonna use these salad choppers again, so I'll keep them up close by. So we're gonna use the large stoneware bowl for our salad. So I'm just gonna toss this into the stoneware bowl. And then we're gonna add the rest of our ingredients here. All right, so I'm gonna put this out of your view slightly, just so that you can see everything else that I'm doing here. So I'm gonna slide over my cutting mats, give you guys a little bit better view. I'm gonna start with our tomatoes, and this is our close and cut right here. I love this because it has two spring-loaded plates, so one on the top, one on the bottom, and you can put all of your grapes or your grape tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. You can use this for olives and bagels. We can, oops, that one wouldn't get away. You can use this for a lot of different foods that you want to cut completely in half. So for bagels, you would put the whole bagel in and you could cut it in half. Or if you wanted to take the half of the bagel, you could put it in here and then cut the half in half, and then slice those with a pizza cutter, and you can make your own homemade bagel chips, much cheaper than having those at the store. Now, the close and cut comes as a set, and it includes this color-coded chef's knife. I don't know if you guys saw, but I did take off a protective cover, so I'm just setting that aside. What you want to do is you want to make sure you're pressing in the middle, not on just an edge, because if you're only pushing on the edge, you're just pushing the plates together at on one side. So by pushing in the middle and then lifting up just slightly so that you can get your knife in there, you're going to get a perfect slice on every single tomato that we have in there. So I'm going to toss these into our salad bowl. By the way, you can use this close and cut for thick chicken breasts, or you can slice them completely in half, or you can butterfly them. So you have some choices there of what you want to do. All right, I'm going to add a bell pepper here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slice around. I'm actually going to use this knife. I prefer our forged cutlery when I am chopping vegetables like this. I just like the heavier, more balanced knife. They're both great knives, but I prefer this one. And I'm going to show you guys the proper way to hold a knife. So you're going to get a little miniature knife class today during our demo. If you see here, there is a Pampered Chef logo on the side of the knife and also on this side. So if you're right or left-handed, you're going to know exactly where to place your thumb. So you want to put your thumb on that logo, okay? So if I was on the other side, it would be this way, but I'm gonna put my right thumb on that logo, and then you take this index finger on the opposite side of wherever your thumb is, wrap your 3 fingers around the handle, and now have a really firm grip on the knife. You don't have to make a ton of noise when you're chopping and cutting. So like if you see and hear people doing this, you don't necessarily have to do it all crazy like that. What you want to do is keep the tip of the knife on the cutting board or the cutting mat like I'm using, and you just want to slide it back and forth just like this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to slide just like this. And if you notice, I'm kind of curling my fingertips so that I don't cut my fingertips or my fingernails. I don't typically tend to have long fingernails, but occasionally I'll have them looking pretty, but I don't want to snip the end of my fingernails off either. All right, slice this, and you can decide how fine you want to slice these. And you'll notice I'm not wasting the bottom of the pepper. I love red bell pepper, and so it's really nice to not waste that. All right, now instead of turning the food, I'm actually just gonna turn the cutting mat. It's easier than having to turn the food. And then I'm gonna just go back and I'm gonna chop these in the opposite direction. So again, if you wanna turn the food, you can. I just find it's easier to just turn the cutting mat and slice these together. So you get a relatively uniform chop when you do it this way. And I'm just gonna scrape this right into the bowl. We'll mix all of this together after we have the toppings. Now, if you follow me on YouTube or you watch any of my other videos, you're gonna notice that anytime I use a knife, I'm always putting it away from me. I'm really good at bleeding, and so my #1 goal when I make, when I'm doing videos is, and when I'm cooking at home, is to not bleed, right? So you'll also notice that I always put my knives to the side of the sink. So don't ever put a sharp knife in your sink because it's really easy to cut yourself, and ask me how I know, right? All right, so I'm gonna show you a couple of fun things here really quickly. So if you like to eat corn on the cob like my family does, Pampered Chef has these really awesome corn cob knobs. They're plastic and they just screw right into your corn on the cob. So it's pretty cool. These can be used in the microwave or on the stovetop. I don't believe you can put these in a pressure cooker, but make sure you follow the instructions that come with them. So what I'm gonna show you is our kernel cutter. I'm actually gonna remove one of these so that I can kind of hold this up right here. This is our kernel cutter. I love this, by the way. This little piece of the kernel cutter, you can actually scrape it across the husk on the corn to remove that before you clean your corn to cook it. So this has actually already been cooked. This was left over from a meal a day or two ago, and I had 2 of them, and my husband ate one of them last night with his dinner, and so I only have 1 left, and that's okay. But I usually would use 2. So to slice the corn off the cob, you're just going to slide the kernel cutter down just like this. And if you like to make cream corn, you'll notice that it's getting the milk too. So I don't have to come back and scrape the corn cobs. If you're from the South like I am, then you understand what I'm talking about. So for those of you that don't know me, I actually have been with the Pampered Chef for 22 years. And I joined Pampered Chef when I was 18 years old. I'm 40 now, and absolutely love Pampered Chef products. Most people think I love to cook. I actually just love to eat, and this is the easiest way for me to get there. I went to my first Pampered Chef party when I was 15, and that's where I realized that the consultant was essentially getting paid to eat, and I was like, okay, that's my dream job. So basically I sell Pampered Chef so I get paid to eat. If you want to join me, I would love to share more information with you. I always like to tell people that I don't know, I'm pampered, I'm not pushy. So if you have questions about a product or hosting a party or the business opportunity, whatever your question might be, you don't have to worry. I'm not going to pressure you or twist your arm to do something that you don't want to do. So if you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. All right, I think our chicken has cooled down a good bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse off these salad choppers. Excuse me. Rinse these. And then we're going to chop up the chicken with the same salad choppers that we used for our lettuce, okay? You guys, this is going to blow your mind. So if you didn't want the salad choppers already, or if you don't already have them, you're gonna have to get them because they are just unbelievable. So we're gonna chop these up. And if you wanted to make a smaller salad, of course you could cut this recipe in half. This is 2 pounds of grilled chicken, but this is a massive salad as well. So we'll chop this up, and this, now that I've chopped it up, it will actually cool off a little bit more, and then we'll add this to the salad in just a bit. All right, so I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. We're going to add some cucumber to our salad now, and I'm gonna use our crinkle cutter. I love this because it has we've redesigned it so that it's really easy to rock and to use just like this. We're gonna probably just do maybe half of this cucumber, I think. And I'm just cutting the end off and cutting it in half, and then cutting this in half again. And you're gonna flip this over. I'm basically just gonna cut these into quarters. And I love the crinkled look. So if you wanted to do a vegetable tray, you get these fun crinkle vegetables, and put these together and then just chop and dice. So we have lots of different things that you could use for your chopping and your cutting and your dicing. But for today, I'm just using the crinkle cutter. All right, this cutting board is getting a little bit wet, so I'm gonna put that aside. Oh, and I forgot to go back and chop these 2 little tomatoes that wouldn't fit in our closing cut. So I'll throw those in there, and we're gonna add some avocado. So Pampered Chef has a really fun avocado tool that's pretty new, and you guys are gonna love this, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to use it. So we've got 2 nice avocados. First thing you wanna do is, whoops, they're rolling away. Pay attention to where the serrated edge is, and always make sure that that is away from your hand so that you don't cut yourself. I am gonna use the serrated edge, and I recommend that you keep the avocado on the cutting mat for this so that you're always away from your hand. So you just twist these apart. And then on the other side of this is a tool that removes this seed from your avocado. You just press down and twist, and it pops that out. And then we're gonna use the dull side. So again, make sure you know which side is dull to slice the avocado. So you can slice it right inside of that soft skin. And check this out. Pop this out and discard the peel, and you have really nice, pretty avocado slices. So, wash my hand, made a mess with that one. On this one, I'm gonna show you how you can dice it. So you're gonna do the same thing. Dull side is what's going towards your skin. Keep that sharp edge up. So I sliced it first, and then you can go right back in and dice it. And then do the same thing. I'm gonna scoop this, pull my bowl closer. Look how beautiful all these colors are. All right. Let's do one more avocado so you get to see this again. Again, the sharp edge is down since I'm cutting this in half. Oops, slide my bowl out of the way there so you guys can see. And then you just twist this apart, take the side for that pit removal, and just pop that out. Dull side is gonna be down for this. And I'll pull my bowl a little closer and just scrape this out. There's a couple pieces on here that don't look so great, so I'm not gonna add those. All right, same for this one. Slicing it with the dull side. See, you guys, you can tell I've bled a lot on the job, right? I'm always reinforcing safety in the kitchen, right? All right, wash my hands over time, and just like I say with my knives, don't put them in the sink, put it on the side, blade away from you so that you don't hurt yourself. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these pasta tongs, and I'm gonna just gently mix what we have so far. Get this all mixed together. I mean, this is a beautiful salad all on its own, but we're gonna add some meat, some cheese, some crispy onions, and you get some black beans. I almost forgot. Out of sight, out of mind. I knew it was missing something. So we're gonna take a can of black beans, and we're gonna use our smooth edge can opener. If you've never seen this before, I like to start at the front of the can, so I'll flip that around to me. You're gonna attach this onto the top of your can, and then you twist all the way around, just like this, until you bypass your starting point. And then you're gonna turn counterclockwise to pop the can off of, or can opener off of the can. There's a button right here that has a little, that activates the claw on this side, and check this out. You can just peel that off. And by the way, there's no rough edge on the can or on the lid. Put that in the recycling. And I'm gonna do this over the sink, so I'll move this a little bit. You get to see my mess a little, huh? So this is our easy read measuring colander. Hopefully you guys can see that. Rinse off those beans. Now, if you have a sink that has a divider, you can actually hook this in between your sinks and let it drain. I'm gonna let this drain on our, my cutting board, or my, what is this thing? My cookie sheet. Couldn't think of the word, right? Okay, so next, I'm gonna show you our cheese grater. Wipe this off so I have a clean surface, dry surface for our cheese. And I'm gonna use sharp cheddar, but you could use Colby Jack, you could use medium or mild cheddar. That's the great thing about these recipes. You can make them your own. Don't feel like you have to do exactly what I am doing. You can be adventurous if you like. So you're gonna take your cheese, put it right into this little food holder, and I'm using the microplane adjustable coarse grater. I'm just gonna turn it so you guys can see. See how easy it is to just shred this cheese. And when you get these little slivers, that's just your snack. And same thing here. There we go. All right. Set that aside. All right. So what we'll do now, let me bring this back so you guys can see. We're gonna add in these beans. Let me shake those off a little bit more. I didn't give them much time to drain. Pour our beans in. I'm gonna just toss this a little bit. And you wanna be gentle when you're mixing these salads because you don't wanna squish the avocado. But I like mixing them like this because it gets everything all incorporated. I'm gonna take some of the chicken and I'm gonna use our smaller tongs. So I'm probably not gonna put all of this chicken in here, but you could if you wanted to. I like to cook for more than one occasion. So I could actually just leave that in the bowl, put the little red silicone lid on the top and put it in the refrigerator. Use it for casserole or tacos or whatever you want. All right, so I'm gonna sprinkle this with some cheese. Again, you could use whatever cheese you want. And you guys, if you know me, a little cheese is good, a lot's better. Don't ever waste cheese. I think it's a sin to do that. And then I like my salads to have a little bit of a crunch, so I'm gonna add some crispy onions on the top. Typically, you'll not see me make salads with raw onions. I don't like to eat raw onions, and so this is a way to add the flavor, but without a raw onion, and I get the crisp at the same time. All right, looks really pretty. And then we're gonna add some cilantro. So I've got our herb mill here. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna pop this apart, just like this. And I'm going to take some more of my cilantro. Where did I put my scissors are hiding from me? Oh, here they are. All right, we're gonna just chop some of this in. I have a few stems, but mostly just leaves there. And there's a little ceramic ball that's inside. I'm gonna shake this a little bit. Hold this over the bowl and check this out. I can chop the cilantro right over the salad. This is a really nice finish. Excuse me. I have a couple of stubborn leaves in there. All right, so here we have it. We have our barbecue chicken salad, and this is our barbecue ranch with cilantro salad dressing. So I cannot wait for you guys to make this recipe in your kitchen and tell me all about it. I do want to tell you a couple of things before we go today. I'll slide that around, give myself a little bit of a clean surface here, and I'm gonna grab a couple of things here. So I wanted to show you one of our summer products. So this is a new Cool and Serve product that goes with our other Cool and Serve line that we have. This is a rectangle. It's basically like a 9x13 baker, and love this. So if you've never seen Pampered Chef's Cool and Serve pieces before, the lids just pop right off of the top, and I love that you can flip this over and you can put the lid underneath it. So like, let's say you're at the pool or on the boat or at a picnic or the park, and you don't want to lose the lid, because if you put it under the table, somebody's going to step on it, somebody's going to throw it away. So you can always keep your lid with the bowl. And then check this out. This is a whole watermelon, you guys. So I've got a whole watermelon cut up into pieces in this part of the Cool and Serve. This is the magic of this product. So you put these little mats in the freezer. This is basically ice. So you keep it in your freezer, and then anytime you're ready to use it, it's always gonna be frozen for you. I'm gonna just slide these right inside of the bottom of the rectangle tray, and then I take my food, put it right on the top, and then you can put the lid on it for transport. Now, just so you know, the barbecue chicken salad that we just made, you could serve it in this container as well. So keep that in mind when you are placing your order. Make sure you get one of these rectangle Cool and Serve trays. We have a couple of other fun new products I'm sure you'll find on our website. All right, just a few reminders. When your order is $80 or more, you're going to get a free gift with your order, so be sure to check the party so that you have all those details. When you spend $150 or more, you're going to get free shipping on your order. If you spend less than $150, it's $7.95 unless you're in Alaska or Hawaii, and it's just a little bit more. So I want to tell you about our Taste Buds subscription. If you're not familiar with Pampered Chef's Taste Buds, we do have our own subscription service, and I love it. Comes in this really fun envelope, so you know exactly what you're getting. Taste Buds get you really excited. You're going to get every single month, you're going to get 3 surprise seasonings. So you don't know what they are unless you happen to start your subscription mid-month when they've already shipped everyone the month subscription. So it's a surprise. So this particular one has Greek, sweet basil, and herbs de Provence. Now, the cool thing about these, this is a lot of seasoning in here. This is not just one serving. This is a lot. So I will tell you, I actually ran out of the Kansas City style barbecue rub, and I had a packet from my Taste Buds subscription, so I just poured it in here, and it was almost a full bottle, and I had not actually ever done that comparison before. So I can't guarantee that it's always going to be almost a full bottle, but for this particular one, it filled almost this whole bottle full. So I was really excited about that. In addition to your surprise seasonings, you're going to get, and I have a couple of months here, you're going to get 3 recipe cards. So they're real pretty, beautiful recipe cards. And then you get another recipe card that gives you some other ideas. So I'm going to zoom in on this one so you can see. Excuse me. So these are just more ways that you can use the rubs that they've given you. And this QR code, you can scan this and it will take you to the exclusive Taste Buds hub that only subscribers have access to. So be sure to do that, because it's going to give you even more recipes that aren't included in the actual envelope. So I hope that you guys have learned something new today that you didn't know before this party. Hope you've had a great time. I hope you'll also make this barbecue chicken salad for yourself and let me know what you think. Feel free to leave any questions or comments below, and I look forward to helping you with your orders. If you need any help while you're shopping, feel free to reach out to me. And also, don't forget, join my recipe community at theflipflopchef.com. I have thousands of recipes there, free cookbooks, free cookbook downloads. I also have a giveaway every single Friday, like I mentioned before. Just look for the Flip Flop Friday post, leave your answer, and you'll have a chance to win. So I hope you guys enjoyed the party. Let me know if I can help you plan your own, and I'll see you next time.